Alright, gotta love recording 3 times in a row because your audio wants to be a dumbass. But anyway, today we're gonna be talking about stratagems on Wolong Fallen Dynasty. So as you see here, I have a Wizardry one. It dropped luckily. There's no guaranteed way to farm specific ones that you want. So stratagems are basically like the scrolls from Neo 2, right? So the one that I have, as you see by description, gives you super armor every time you cast spells. But in exchange, you can no longer use martial arts. That sounds like a hefty trade-off, but if you have a good wizardry build, good wizardry damage, a mixture of elements, of course, then being a mage in Wolong is viable. Of course, you have to gain spirit by attacking with your melee, so that doesn't mean you could just spam spells, but you know that already. So, with the stratagem, I set up a little build. It's a newer build. I'm going to show you my stats in a second, so instead of discussing the build, I just let you look at the stats. And you can just pause and look through whatever. But a summary of it is Nua for survivability, mixture of elements on both my weapons and my spells, and I'll just be casting my spells for super armor and decent damage. So of course I have wizardry damage, elemental damage, whatever. So I'm going to test this build on the hardest difficulty, which is Dragon King. That's the one right after Heavenly Dragon that just came out with the DLC release, and I'm going to be using this against the most cancerous boss in the game, in my opinion, or one of the most cancerous bosses in the game, which is from DLC 3. So I'm just gonna give you a short visual of my build real quick, and after that run into testing phase. Now I will tell you, the boss is who you're going to have to beat in order to unlock stratagems in the first place. You have 2 different types of stratagems. You have active and passive. The active one allows you to use it for a certain amount of times until you touch a battle flag, of course. So it's like Neo 2 old spells, like when you consume a certain amount of spells and then you will touch the shrine to replenish it. The passive stratagem is on you all the time. And of course your trade-off is heftier for your passives. In my case, I can no longer use martial arts, which is tough, but all of my spells have super armor as long as I'm casting them and as long as I have spirit. So as long as your spirit isn't broken, you're not hit by a critical hit, or you're not afflicted by any full status effect, from fire to lightning to whatever, you have infinite super armor for every spell that you cast, which is beautiful. Not to also mention that you can have up to 2 stratagems equipped. 1 active, 1 passive. So you cannot have 2 passives or 2 actives, it seems like. It seems like you only can have 1 of each type. So yeah, that's the rundown of stratagems. Now, let's see. I believe that's all that you have to really worry about. Now, if you want to try to farm them or whatever, like I said, there's no way to target one that you're looking for, at least to my knowledge. But here goes the boss fight. So we're gonna run in, deal with this cheesy ass guy. Now, I did not first try this. I'm just showing you the successful run because this fight is bullshit. But yeah, I got it done. The stratagem worked, and that's all that matters. So if you get a stratagem, you know, you might find some completely different from mine. There are a whole lot of them out there in the wild, it seems. So whichever one you get, just make sure you don't destroy it, because you may not ever find it again. Do not get rid of your stratagems unless it's so trash to you in your playstyle that you don't want it. But I still would suggest not to destroy stratagems because they are rare and there's no guarantee you will find the one that you found again. Like the one that I have now, there's no guarantee that you ever find the one that I just found for wizardry. But I mean, no martial arts is kind of a terrifying trade-off, especially if you like to use the Zurong martial arts build cheese. If you like to do that, which is something that, you know, would allow you to not even need to look up any other guides or builds ever, because that setup is nasty, then you don't have to worry about that. But if you don't like to cheese stuff and you like wizardry, this is for you. So yeah, you see, and I main earth. You don't have to use earth, but I main earth. That's my favorite element. You can do this with fire, water, whatever you choose. So And I'm using the serpent, you know, the one that gives you a bit of wizardry damage and extra spirit damage upon status afflicted enemies, so on and so forth. And of course, when you use the actual divine beast ability, it afflicts them with a whole lot of statuses, which also helps it dealing damage and preventing them from one-shotting you sometimes, I guess. This boss hits extremely hard, and he's capable of inflicting you with every single elemental status. So I don't know if I'm making this look easy or not, but this is actually harder than it looks. This fight is cancer. Yeah, if he grabs you with that, you saw that critical blow. If he grabs you with that, your ass is grass. Like, he's gonna take you in the sky and do some insane Bahamut looking bullshit, blast you with all types of elements, and hit you with some type of dragon attack with the little dragon demon he has. It's bullshit. But that guy can eat a dick. He's gone. So there we go. So the stratagem worked. The super armor on my spells allow me to not get staggered out of them, enabling me to have a glorious victory. So that's it, guys. If you find any stratagems, remember, do not get rid of them. The Reddit, of course, you could share it to let people know that that stratagem exists. You know, up to you. If I find some other interesting ones, I'll be sure to make a video on it. Unless it's already been exposed, or even if it has, I'll probably make a build in the show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, you know, or enjoy any video that I upload of any game. Happy holidays to you guys. Next video might be Genshin, I might return to some old shit, who knows. But have a good one.